If you are new to my channel, so subscribe my channel and like videos and share these videos with your friend and hit that bell icon to get notifications related to updates. Okay, so let's continue with your conversion between types. So whenever we are talking about types, so if we need to convert between types and how, that is the question, correct? So answer is it's completely depend. Okay, so the conversion can happen implicitly if we have type int and we need to convert into double, so the compiler will just automatically insert conversion for you without complaining. Okay, the general rule you can use for implicit conversion is whatever the compiler will consider safe, then it will be automatically typecast into that particular data type. Just an example, here we have a value of x is 3 and we want to convert it into double. So my compiler is feeling that conversion is completely safe, so it will convert it into 3.0. But sometimes we need to do conversion explicitly, that is called explicitly casting. It means you are telling to compiler that whatever I am going to perform, I am completely sure about that. So just take an example. If you see that the value for double is 3.14 and I want to convert that value into integer, so whenever I am typecasting it explicitly, so it will give me only fractional value, it will not give me any decimal value, and the answer will be only 3. Other conversion required calling of the method. So just an example, to calculate value of that string 3 that is inside your double quote, so the value of 3 is a string format, but if I want to convert into integer, so I need to call some methods. So that is what your integer dot, we need to pass that value into int format, so then it will convert that string into integer format automatically. You guys can follow my git id for reference code. Just now we learn about type promotion like implicit and explicit. So let's understand this concept. Okay, so whenever we are trying to convert our one data type to another, so there are some rules, set of rules, so we need to follow those rules. So that is called type promotions. So the important thing is what, whenever we are trying to convert our one data type into another one, so the important rule, whenever we are performing widening conversion, means what, we are converting a smaller data type into larger data type. So that time if you are converting into the larger one, so my data type or my data will not lose. So this is the most important part. So let's understand with the help of diagram. So if you see that the first rule is what, if I want to convert my byte data type, so implicitly it can convert byte into short or int, long, float and double. Okay, so if I want to convert my short data type, so that will be converted into int, long, float and double. But I can't convert my short data type into byte. I can't convert larger data type into smaller one, otherwise it will lose its data. This is the important rule of your type promotion. So let's understand what other type promotions we have. We can convert character primitive data type into int, long, float and double. We can convert long data type into either float, integer data type into long, float, double. The similar way we can convert long into float and double, and we can convert float data type into double. These are the conversion between types, but there is another one important rule. if my expression is having one any long data type in that expression, so my answer will come into long, even though it is having set of short, byte and int, but my answer will come into long. If in my expression I have any floating value, so by default my answer will come into float data type. If my expression is holding any double value, so my answer will come into double. So even though my expression is having int, float and long, but still my answer will come into the double. This is the one important rule. So basically all the things are related to your primitive data type. But what if my data type is a wrapper class? Because just now we learn about wrapper classes as well. So let's understand that concept and then we will go with the practical example. So type conversion of your wrapper classes. If whenever I want to convert my primitive data type into any wrapper class, okay, so basically what I'm going to do, I'm encapsulating my primitive data type inside my object. This is what the basic thing. So I can convert my primitive data type into wrapper class. So there are two major concepts. So one is auto boxing. So auto boxing is what? If I want to convert my primitive data type into object, so that is called auto boxing. And whenever I want to convert my object into my primitive data type, that is called auto unboxing. I am unboxing that value. Okay, so let's understand this concept with the help of program. So before starting with our example, if you are not following or subscribing my channel, so please subscribe my channel, like it and share with your friends and hit the bell icon to get notifications. Okay, so we are going to learn that practical example of type promotions as well as auto boxing and auto unboxing. So I'm going to create one new class. Okay, so I'm going to write my main method. Okay, so right now I'm going to create byte data type, byte A equal to 10, byte B equal to 20, and I'm going to perform addition of two number, int C equal to A plus B. So if you see that this typecasting is illegal, because whenever I am performing any byte addition of or any arithmetic operation with a byte, so that time my operation is exceeding that range of byte. So my Java is automatically promoting each byte to short operand to int. Okay, so then when I am performing it, so automatically it is converting into integer. So even though if I am trying to convert it into byte, so it will give me a compile time error. So what is that error? Type mismatch, cannot convert from int to byte, because my this arithmetic operation or this operation is going to perform, so that time it will give me int result into the int format. So that's why I'm getting this type of error. Okay, but now if I want to convert this operation into byte, so then I need to typecast it explicitly. Then only I can perform my addition operation with the help of byte. So this time I'm not getting any compile time error. So this operation is illegal right now because explicitly I am performing typecasting. Okay, so as I told you, the second rule of type promotion is what? If my expression is having any float type data or any float data type, so my answer will come into the float. So let's take the same example. So I'm going to create one more variable called int value equal to 10 and float f value equal to 5.5 f. Okay, and I'm going to perform multiplication of both. So right now I'm going to take it as a int answer equal to int value into f value. So if you see that there we have compile time error. So what is that? Type mismatch, cannot convert from float to int because my expression is having this float value. So answer will come into float. So if I make it as a float, so this expression, it don't have any error. Internally it is performing that operation and it is making that answer into the float, but my expected was int, so that way it was giving me compile time error. Or else if I want to convert that answer, so then I need to typecast explicitly this variable into float. So I'm wrapping my data into integer. So whatever answer is coming, that is I am wrapping inside my int data type. Then only that operation will be legal. Okay, the third thing I told you, we can convert character type of data into integer value. So let's try that, understand the concept. Char value equal to a, so it will convert into int char to int equal to char value. If I am going to print that value char to int, it will give me an ASCII value. So this is what that ASCII value of my character A, that is 97. So if I make it as a capital A, so it will give me an 65, that is ASCII value of capital A. So whenever I am converting character to integer, so it will give that the ASCII value of that particular character. So this is what related to primitive data type promotions. So let's understand about auto boxing and auto unboxing. Okay, so I'm going to create new class in my package, same package, type promotion wrappers. Inside that I'm going to create my main method. So first I told you we can convert int, like whatever my primitive data type, into object. So let's understand that concept. Okay, int a equal to 10. If I want to convert my primitive data type into wrapper class, so I can convert it into help of integer int object equal to a. So automatically it will convert my primitive data type into wrapper class integer. So if I want to check this is the exactly that type of integer or not. So the best way is what, we have one keyword that is called type instance of. So we'll use that instance of, so it will give me a true value if it is int object instance of integer. So if that int object is the instance of integer, then it will give me true. So let's run the example. Yes, so whatever the value we are having that primitive data type, that will convert into that object. So let's print the value sys out, first of all a, and this is int object. So both are having same value, but the first one is my primitive data type and another one is my wrapper class. So this is called auto boxing. And if I want to perform any auto unboxing, so auto unboxing means what, simply convert your wrapper class into your primitive data type. So let's take the same example, int b equal to 50, or just take it as an integer b equal to 50, and then I want to convert that b into b primitive. Okay, b object, so I want to convert it into b primitive. So int b primitive equal to, just I need to give it b object. That's it. So internally it will work and it will convert my wrapper class into integer. And if I want to perform the same operation explicitly without using any internal casting, so that time I can use int b primitive 1 equal to b object, and we have one method with the wrapper class, that is int value. So your int value will give you that int value. Okay, whatever the int value, a primitive data type value is there. So let's try with the our sysout instance of. So let's take an example. B obj is a instance of integer, and the same thing will perform with the b primitive 1. So if you see that we are getting compile time error because b primitive is an primitive int, but whatever the integer is a wrapper class. So b primitive is not a integer type class, correct? This is not a wrapper class, this is a primitive data type. So that's why it is giving me a compile time error. So this concept is called your auto unboxing.